Hello, YouTube. There is a real concentration of mysterious, paranormal, and even what you could call scary places in the Ural Mountains of Russia, which at the same time inspire awe and arouse genuine interest. And you can see my other videos about this part of the Russian Federation, and previously, of course, USSR, and then the Russian Empire, and long before the Russian Empire and Russian control over the territory, various kingdoms, some of which we don't even know about, and so forth. I think you like my videos. So nowadays, enthusiasts of everything unusual come to the Northern and Southern Urals. Most of these locations are covered with legends and mysteries. It is full of mystical places, the Urals, shrouded in legends, stories of the inhabitants that amaze imagination. For example, let's start with the Asbestovsky village, which is famous for the event that took place in 1979, reportedly, when local residents witnessed the fall of UFO. The disc-shaped object crashed in the forest a little to the east of Asbestovsky. According to rumors, this area was immediately cordoned off by the military, and then whatever they recovered was taken to an unknown destination. No one really understood what really happened. One resident of the village wrote about these mysterious events to the leader of the Yaroslav UFO group, Yuri Smirnov. Apparently, ufologists still go back to the site. Smirnov I knew many years ago, and I published a number of my Russian language articles in his newspaper dedicated to UFOs. He was a very intelligent man, and his newspaper was out of sight. Let's continue. The village of Bisert. Those who like esoteric subjects from Yekaterinburg city have discovered colossal flows of high-level energy there. The peak is located near a local lake. According to residents, they often see visitors from other worlds in these places. It is here, according to them, that the portal transition from the future sometimes opens. And then Galashki. If you are a fan of something abandoned, scary, and mysterious, then you definitely need to visit this place. Galashki was once an old believer village. Kerzhaks lived there. Those are Russian religious dissidents in the Eastern Christian Orthodox Church. And it goes from about the times of Peter the Great. Fascinating story, and I mentioned it in other videos too. The village is located in the Visimsky Nature Reserve. A small river flows nearby, flowing into the mountain. The village was founded in 1658. Back in the 1980s, people lived there. A comfortable life was in full swing for almost 300 years. Today, tourists can see how nature comes into its own, mercilessly destroying what was once created by human hands. In general, there is nothing to do in the village of Galashki today. You can only see one of the disappeared villages in the Urals, admire the beautiful place that Russians chose to live in for more than 300 years, grieve for the transience of life by climbing the mountain above the village to the cemetery that's almost swallowed up by the forest. Here's an account, so you know why Galashki is interested. A person who went there experienced a strange, mystical, almost indescribable feeling of time passing quickly. She has been to this village twice, the first time as a student when the village lived its normal, unhurried and full-blooded life, not intending to die at all, the village. And then the second time 8 years ago when the village actually no longer existed. So how could everything disappear so quickly once the human beings left? So that's a very interesting place. I'm not sure if it's related to any paranormal time phenomena, but it's there. But Gerasimovka village, located in the Tavdinsky district, that's something else. First of all, this is famous for the fact that Pavlik Morozov was born there. He was famous throughout the Soviet Union, and we had to, I don't want to say worship him, but adore him. You see, he was an informer for the Soviet secret police, and he turned in his relatives who did not want socialist way of life, collectivist forced policies, and he was killed by his relatives, allegedly. The village has a very bad reputation. It's also called rotten because there is a zone of concentration of dark forces there. Locals and those who have been there many times claim that one can meet real wizards or people who are endowed with paranormal abilities. Then there are the dolmens of the Urals. Local dolmens are ancient megalithic buildings, I would say structures, that were assembled from huge stones. They were placed on the ribs and then covered with flat stones similar to a slab. And I've told you about other parts of Russia where you can find it. Similar structures, very mysterious. They can be found in the Ural forests between the cities of Novouralsk and Verkhnya Pishma, near the village of Murzinka, near Verkhnya Sisertya. One of the largest dolmens is located on Lake Turgoyak. No one can really explain what their main purpose is. Therefore, to this day, there are heated debates on this topic in academic circles and outside too. One of the opinions is that the burial of sages and elders after their death took place, but there are other explanations, and you can see it in my videos. Irbitsky district, in the east of the city of Irbit, in the forest next to Nitsa River, there was reportedly an alien base. That's what the old-timers will tell you. The mysterious bunker was located underground, and there was even evidence of that. Once upon a time, there lived special people of small stature, but at the same time, very beautiful, with a wonderful voice that only a select few heard. These voices predicted people's future. I think we're back to the reported presence of small stature people, Sihertya and Chu, that I've described in other videos, and it's very interesting, and there are so many stories about these people who have gone and live in the underground realms under the Urals and other parts of Russia. And then there is Kachkanar, which looks just like a city, but in 2004, just like any city should, but in 2004, inexplicable, mysterious events took place there. In February, strange glowing objects began to appear in the sky, which residents immediately mistook for UFOs. If you ask for evidence, the newspaper Kachkanar Worker has several interviews of Kachkanar residents who witnessed these events. Reportedly, there are also photos of unidentified objects. You know, I have one such interview, and I will make a video about this separately, because what was reported is a very unusual object. Yes, a UFO, but really unusual. Nothing else I could find. But please understand, mysterious unidentified flying objects are not the only thing Kachkanar is famous for. There's a Buddhist temple on the mountain of the same name. It's the only one in the entire Ural region. Really fascinating place. Konjakovsky stone, that's another very interesting attraction located near the village of Kitlim. This is a mysterious mountain range with the highest point in the entire Sverdlovsk region. Many tourists say that this place is quite scary. According to the stories of residents, hermits live there along the river, and they hide from human eyes. It is almost impossible to notice them. Apparently, they steal young females to continue their line, but this is not really mysterious, secrets, mysteries, whatever that the surroundings of the village are famous for. At the intersection of the trapezoid and the northern Jove, many observed small green objects moving rapidly. Tourists who visited there claimed that as soon as they took out their cameras, the mysterious object immediately disappeared. Those who stayed there overnight said that they felt constant anxiety and at night they had terrible dreams. But then there is the Kosvinsky stone. Near the village of Kitlim, there is a mysterious mountain range. The highest point of which is 1,519 meters. Apparently, secret information was accidentally leaked to the masses that the military allegedly dug some tunnels inside the mountain and created an entire military base there. And after that, more tunnels were built, which literally permeate the entire mountain range, including the adjacent territories along and across. Moreover, the mysterious object is under strict protection. Everything is surrounded by barbed wire around the perimeter, and there is a military camp nearby. There's a separate concrete road leading to the object itself, or the facility itself, and a barrier blocks the way to the entrance. Lamp posts are installed everywhere, and military vehicles, which are supposed to be painted in khaki, flash along the road. So in a war, there is this place, but nothing is known about it. Okay. Then there is the Golden Gate, or Zolotiye Varota, also called the Royal Gate. To see this landmark of the Northern Urals, one needs to get to the Vizhay River in the northern part of the Sverdlovsk region. Virtually, the Golden Gate looks like two arches with caves no more than 1 meter deep. Locals claim that the arches were made by people for certain purposes, and they serve as a reference point for the other worlds. Therefore, it is strictly forbidden to pass through them, since an inevitable punishment awaits. There's even a lot of evidence that suggests that those who passed through the gate died under ridiculous circumstances. At this point, that's all I have, but I wouldn't pass through those gates without finding out more. I don't think it's worth it. Gat. It is a very interesting, even scary place with paranormal zones. Gat is a railway station. It is located next to the lake Shuvakish. There's a forest growing around the lake in which unnaturally large mushrooms and abnormally tall vegetation can be found. There are strongly curved trees there. All these mysterious phenomena indicate the presence of geopathic zones. A number of tourists who stay there for a long time begin to complain of severe deterioration in their well-being. A strong feeling of fear appears out of nowhere. And then there is the deer streams, or Olenyi Ruchi. It's a national park, which is located in one of the most beautiful places in the Ural region. It is located next to the Serga River, not far from the Bazhukova station. Towering cliffs rise along the shore, which in some places are decorated, so to say, with drawings done by ancient people, whoever they were. Despite the relatively small territory, there are a number of attractions in the park. For example, there are more than 100 caves with different sizes and shapes. Fossilized remains of prehistoric animals can be found inside. Next to the Druzhba, Friendship Cave, there's a local point of pride, a mysterious sinkhole about 50 meters deep. If you find yourself there in the hot summertime, you will notice that even with the scorching sun, the ice at the bottom does not melt. There are several tunnels coming from there. Local legends say that these tunnels were dug by the Shelps, or Ural goblins. Information about strange, mysterious events appears periodically. Anomalies manifest themselves in the form of spirits or glowing spheres that tourists notice. Some travelers lose their minds after visiting mysterious caves. Residents claim that the events are connected with the Mitkin lakes. If we compare the surrounding nature around these lakes, then it really differs from the usual ones for these places. According to legends, one of them is inhabited by the mysterious master. There is a clearing nearby where several psychics observed strange things at different times, although they were not familiar with each other. I would say the psychics were not cognizant of each other. The anomaly was in the form of glowing spheres that behaved very carefully. In other cases, strange creatures appeared. Then there is Seven Bratyev, or Seven Brothers, beautiful remnants of once towering cliffs. There are many mysterious legends around them, and they're located near Verkhny Nevinsk. One of the legends say that these are 7 petrified brothers that were real giants. It was they who plugged the way not to anyone but to Yermak himself, the conqueror of Siberia for Russia. The height of the highest outlier is 422 meters, so rock climbing enthusiasts have long chosen these places. During the research of this landmark, a secret cave was discovered. It is believed that mysterious ancient people supposedly lived in it, but there is no scientific confirmation of this fact. Look, Urals, it's really fascinating and mysterious place in many ways. And I think I could make so many videos about it. And I'll continue to bring you more interesting stories from the Urals, and hopefully with confirmation of some of them. And, from the Dyatlov Pass to the strange abandoned city of Arkaim, whatever remains of it, and everything in between. So if you like my research and my videos, please support me through the links you'll find in the description to this video. Please like my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for your attention.